Dan with Sandler Training. How are we?
Great. John with PT. How are you?
PT Ask Dan. I'm good. I'm good. So, in the financial services world, all advisors who are licensed for securities, they fill out a form ADV. So, financial advisors, RIAs, it's a disclosure form for a lot of things that they have to report to the SEC, FINRA, all that kind of stuff. So, one of the things that came up is there's a new section on the form for RIAs, registered investment advisors, and that is a marketing section. So, what marketing are you doing? 64% of RIAs left it blank.
Hmm.
And I think it's one of those themes specific to our industry, but I don't think it's not prevalent in other spaces as well, where there's not an attention and a focus on the activities that create activity. Meaning, I had somebody that coached me early on that said, look, just like cash is king, activity is king. If you've got enough new activity, enough new clients, client acquisition, and new money coming in the door, everything else can take care of itself. And if you can't do it, you've got the money to pay somebody else to do it. So it always has me curious and wondering, other than the fact that advisors want to advise, they don't want to market, they don't want to sell, they want wisdom to win the day kind of stuff. Why people, salespeople specifically, shy away from the best behaviors that determine the success of the business.
Oh my, there's a lot of psychology behind this question. So my initial gut reaction is, well, most people are just lazy.
That's
We
fair.
always
That's
we
part of
always
it.
look for the easy way out of things. But even if that hurts a bit, and we don't really want to talk about that, we become comfortable. And when we look at actually marketing, or we look at prospecting, or going to networking events, or doing things like that, it's not easy to do. It's a bit stressful. It takes some action. It's all this stuff that gets us going to try to do all that stuff, and it's not an easy thing. And so that pain of having to do that is stronger than the pain of today, meaning I'm doing really well. Business is great. Money's coming in. I don't need to do that stuff, or I could do it later. I could do it tomorrow or
Yeah.
next week or next year. And so we don't do it. Most people would rather sit at their desk and work on an Excel spreadsheet than go to a networking event and talk to complete strangers.
Yeah.
And I don't know, John, the way I look at things is, and I've been around a long time on this earth, nothing stays the same. It's
Yeah.
always changing. You're going to lose business. You're going to lose
Yep.
accounts.
Yep.
It's just part of nature.
Yeah, the part that fascinates me, and specific to PT, is we talk to prospects and people at conferences and whatever the case may be. To a person, the number one thing they say they need more of is first appointments with new people they don't know. And then we talk about what they're doing, and everything they're doing is in contradiction with that need.
Yeah.
So,
Or they get some appointments and then they say, "Well, I didn't close them." And I'm really good at sales. So
yeah.
obviously the appointment was junk. And the reality is, no, you're just not used to going on these types of appointments. So you don't know what you're doing when you show up, and you think
Yep.
being a veteran in sales is going to give you instant success, and it surely doesn't. So you got to work on things, and that's
Well,
just
and like we've talked before, if you've got a pipeline of stuff, if you've got a robust pipeline and one falls off or one ghosts you or one just doesn't happen that you thought would happen, you kind of just shrug it off and you go about it. If you've got a tight pipeline and that happens, it can be emotionally debilitating.
hmm. Yeah. I mean, pretend, for example, that you were looking at your LinkedIn profile, your connections, and you saw somebody you're connected to, but you don't really know who they are, and they are a potential good client for you. You print out their name, you print out their picture, you print out their phone number, and you set it on your desk and you say, I got to call that. How long does it take most people before they make that call, if ever?
Weeks.
If ever. And so many times we put other things which are easier to do, which don't take as much effort. We put those in first because we're doing well today. Well, you know what? Yeah, maybe you are, but next month you might not be.
What are you building? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Have fun.